Joker Carnival of Chaos is the giant Frisbee ride at Six Flags Fiesta Texas in San Antonio. This Zamperla Giga discovery opened in 2019, and it is marketed as the world's tallest pendulum ride, which is a record it shares with 3 other rides that are also in the Six Flags chain. You also have Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey, CraZanity at Six Flags Mexico, and CraZanity at Six Flags Magic Mountain in California. But in this video, I will review the installation at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, since it has a few pluses that make it stand out from the others. This ride was originally announced in August of 2018 as the Joker Wildcard, but in February of 2019, the ride was renamed Joker Carnival of Chaos. And this ride forever changed the skyline of Six Flags Fiesta Texas. The ride reaches a maximum height of 172 feet, or 52.5 meters. Not only is it highly visible from the park's midway, but it is one of the few rides that you can actually see from above the quarry wall at the adjacent shopping center. But as amazing as this ride looks by day, it really comes alive at night. All of these Zamperla Giant and Giga discoveries have dazzling lighting packages. The LED lights are lined down the entire frame and arm, which make it just as fun to watch once the sun sets as it is to ride. Now, riding Joker can be a bit of a time commitment though. These giant Frisbees that Six Flags has installed always seem to have one of the longest lines in their respective parks, and Joker is no different. Not only are these discoveries crowd pleasers with their sheer size and ride sensations, but they also do not have the best capacities. Despite the massive ride carriage seating 40 guests per cycle, that is neutralized by a long cycle time and a painstakingly slow loading process. This one in particular also seemed to have several brief bouts of downtime during my visit that further hurt the ride's throughput. While a majority of the queue line is dull, the end of the queue line is what makes Joker special compared to the others. The final section of this queue line takes you through a funhouse themed to Batman's Rogue Gallery. And don't worry, this is the merge point, so even Flash Pass users get to see this section of the queue line, and this really is an attraction in itself. This also isn't the first time that Six Flags added a queue line like this on a Joker-themed attraction. You can find something similar on Six Flags Mexico's Joker spinning roller coaster. Heck, this isn't even the first time that Fiesta Texas had a Joker Funhouse-themed queue line of their own. The park used to have one in Joker's Revenge, the Vekoma looping roller coaster that operated from 1996 to 2001, in the location that Pandemonium currently occupies today in the boardwalk. But there is a key difference between the 2 Joker queue lines that still exist today. The one in Mexico focuses more on traditional Funhouse elements, while the one in San Antonio has more of a psychological or horror vibe to it, as there are several jump scares themed to the Batman villains. You have shaking floors, mirrors, air blasts, and sudden noises that complement several themed walls and figures inside the funhouse, and there's some great audio as well. It's one of the best themed queue lines in the world, and I would love to see Six Flags do something like this more often. To help with loading, Fiesta Texas groups riders. This helps minimize empty seats. This is a big issue on Harley Quinn at Six Flags New England, since they will release all 40 riders at once, and since people will leave empty seats in between them, groups will either need to split up or wait an extra cycle, which reduces the ride's capacity and slows down the load time. The restraints on Joker automatically lower, and they fit rather snugly against your chest, especially when the staff gives you that extra push or two, which they tend to do at Fiesta Texas. Once the ride starts, you slowly start swinging back and forth. At the same time, you will start spinning. And I'm going to bury the hatchet. This ride is not about the spin. The spin only exists to ensure that riders are facing different directions at the apex of each swing. You turn so slowly that this ride won't make you disoriented or dizzy. And I may be in the minority here, but I actually prefer the giant discoveries to the Giga discoveries. My issue with the Giga discoveries is that they take forever to get going, and Joker is no different. It takes almost a minute and a half to finally reach the ride's maximum height and finally swing beyond the 90-degree mark. And unfortunately, you don't get any airtime until you get to those max swings. You get about a half dozen max swings, and each one gives some rather weak but very sustained floater airtime. Compare that to most Frisbee rides, and the strength of the airtime is actually considerably weaker. But again, it is more sustained because of the ride's sheer size. The airtime is best if you're facing towards the sky, since you're at the ride's highest point, and you get to fall backwards while you're swinging back towards the ground. And you also have these awesome visuals. When you're at the highest point, you can look out and get this awesome view of the park from all these weird angles. And you also get to see that gorgeous quarry wall right below you, and a shopping center in the other direction. It's a really neat juxtaposition to see all these different sites merged together into one field of view. Now let's talk about the downswings. They are not as forceful as you'd expect in terms of positive Gs, considering the size of this ride, but you do get absolutely blasted in the face by the wind. I was rather surprised to learn this, but this is actually the fastest ride in the whole park. Yes, Joker is actually faster than even Iron Rattler. You reach a blistering 75 miles per hour or 121 kilometers per hour on the downswings, and it certainly feels that fast. The max swings last for roughly 30 to 40 seconds, and then the ride will take another minute and a half to slow down and come to a complete stop. And that doesn't even include the time for the platform to roll back. This just goes to show how much time this ride takes to run its full cycle. So what would I rate the Joker Carnival of Chaos? I would give this flat ride a 7.5 out of 10. The Funhouse queue line is a really neat feature that you won't find on many attractions. As I mentioned earlier in the review, it is done so well, it could serve as its own attraction. The Frisbee itself is fun too. The max swings are great for sustained airtime and speed, but the ride takes forever to get going and slow down. This holds it back when I compare it to other Frisbee rides. The smaller ones are usually able to deliver some airtime in the swings leading up to and after the max swings, whereas this one is completely about those max swings. I would say this is the best flat ride at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, but just be careful of that wait time. This is one that I would likely only ride with a flash pass, or if I can catch it at the very start or end of the day. It's probably worth a 20 to 30 minute wait, but not the 60 to 90 minute wait I saw at several points during my visit. So those are my thoughts on Joker Carnival of Chaos, the giant pendulum ride at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Have you ridden this ride? Or have you been on any of the other Giga discoveries at the Six Flags parks? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.